Okay, so hello everybody, and right, Gary wanted to know how to put a white grid onto an image. Well, there is a very easy way of doing that, Gary. Okay, right, first thing we have to do is bring a grid up on the screen. So two ways we can do that. We can either go to View, Show, and then Grid, or the shortcut, as you can see on the right here, Control and inverted comma. Okay, and that'll put the grid up on the screen. You can see the grid I've got there is set up for the rule of thirds, but obviously we don't want that. We want more than the 9 squares. So right, so we need to change that. So the way we do that is we go to Edit, Preferences, Guides, Grid and Slices, and this dialog should come up. And then you can see down here where it says Grid, we can go, it shows 100% and subdivisions 3. Well, that 3 is the grid that I've got on the screen now, which is the 3 at the top, 3 middle, 3 bottom, and either way. So that gives me the 3 by 3, which is 9 squares for the rule of thirds. So basically very simple to change that. If you change that to a 4 and select OK, and now you can see we've got a grid of 16 squares. Okay, so what are we going to start with? Starting with that, this is what we're going to end up with. Okay, alright, so that's the end point. So how do we get there? Alright, let's go back to the start. Go to the open image. Very, very simple. What we're going to do is make a selection on each grid line across the image and from top to bottom, basically using the rectangular marquee tool. Select that from the top corner, drag it out and down and out to the first grid, and what will happen is the grid line will change to red when you get it on the the selection line. The marching ants will change to red when you're on the grid line. From there on, it's just a matter of going to Edit, Stroke, selecting the size of your stroke, and I did the other one at 12 just to show you how easy it is. Basically, you can set it to whatever size you want. I'll change it to 15 so that we're going to have a 15 pixel stroke in white. So white was selected as the foreground colour for the stroke. So you can see now we've got the first one done. So now it's Control and D to deselect the marching ants, and it's just a matter of repeating that now from the top left hand corner. Drag the marquee out top to bottom and then across to the next grid line. Much the same again. Edit, Stroke, 15 pixels, keeping them all the same obviously because we want the grid to be all the same. Control and D to deselect, and on to the next one. Okay, so we're just going to make sure that that's on the line there. That's okay. And Edit, Stroke, and 15 pixels. Control D to deselect, and now this will be the last one then for the verticals. Okay, so Edit, Stroke, and there we go. Control and D. Right, so that's the verticals. Now we need to do the same with the horizontals. Starting top left corner again, just drag out the marching ants, there you go, and then Edit, Stroke, okay, Control and D. You can see where we're getting to now, Gary. Okay, so there we go, and Edit, Stroke, okay, Control and D, and then for the last one, obviously it's important not to change the size of the stroke as you're doing this, because you'll have different thicknesses in the line. But there we go. Edit, Stroke, and there you go. Control and D, and then Control and inverted comma just to remove the grid lines. And there you go. There's your image, nicely gridded up. So you can alter the thickness of the white lines, and by altering the pixel dimension of the stroke, and just basically save that image as you wish then. So there you go, that's how it's done. Okay, hope this helps you out, and I hope your daughter does well for school, and thanks very much for looking. Bye.